Hi guys, welcome to the unboxing and full review of this Hatteker men's all-in-one hair trimmer clipper body groomer electric beard trimmer. According to the listing, says a hair cutting grooming kit, cordless back shaver, waterproof, USB rechargeable, covering 5-zone body grooming, back, shoulder, chest, underarms, groin area, legs. It has a lot of accessories. Yeah, the thing is, it is most of it is similar to the most other devices. It starts with this thing. It has this wheel adjustable from 0.5 millimeters to 2.5 millimeters, but without any comb, any protection, any nothing. And usually you are not going to use that. I mean, you cannot use that for a beard. I mean, you can use that for a little bit of hair trimming, but not for a full beard shaving. And then the longer combs starting with 3 millimeters. The really interesting thing is that it has some really long combs up to, I think, 24 millimeters. I don't know if you can see them here. They are not really nicely described here. We don't have any lengths, but I think we had the lengths in the Amazon listing, so I'm going to open that and let's see what we get. I mean, anyway, yeah, again, to the combs, we have very long combs, so we can use that on normal hair, and we have this extra tip here, which I think we can use for beard trimming a little bit. So I'm going to do everything. I'm not going to show how I do that in detail. Of course, I'm doing the unboxing, a little bit showing tips and combs and everything, and then I'm going to use that, and then I come back for the final review and tell you how everything works. I'm going to use that for my beard, body shaving, hair, for everything. So for me, I'm planning to use that for my whole body, but maybe it's not going to work, but you will know that at the end of the video. So yeah, 1.5 hours charging, 90 minutes of working. It's not very long. Some of the clippers are working up to 240 minutes, but usually they are then also a little bit larger and heavier. So let's take it out of the box and see what we get. It is not sealed, but it looks actually new, I would say. Yeah, from what I can see, it looks new. So here we have the combs. So I'm going to show you that 22 to 24, 16 to 18, that's 10 to 12, that's 7 to 9, that's 4 to 6, and that's a 3 millimeter. Unfortunately, not a 1 millimeter. I don't know why they are not making 1 millimeter. So this would have been so nice to have 1 millimeter, but we have this special head here. So let's see how this works and how easy we can use that. I guess that's some kind of protection here. Yeah, that's pretty nice. That's something which we do not get all the time. It's a little bit difficult to remove here. Yeah, this is normal, like sharpness. Yeah, you don't want to use that directly on your skin for your full beard. I mean, you can use that for trimming for your normal top hair or so, definitely no problem. But we have to know, here we have metal, here we have plastic, but this is pretty much standard in 2020. Most of the manufacturers have moved to this thing. I don't know why. I mean, we have been okay with metal on metal for a long time. I don't know why we would need to go to plastic, but it feels solid, I would say. It's not cheap plastic or so. Here we have a little bit of extra grip on the side. It feels pretty solid, I would say. Here we have the adjustment from 0.5 to 2.5. You can see it changes a little bit, but of course it won't give you some protection. Even when you are at 0.5, you are touching your skin directly here with this really sharp thing. Yeah, there's a little bit of oil here, not much, but I think it's from the factory. Yeah, so it's always good if you clean it a little bit before. Here we have model type and battery runtime and everything here. So it's I think, as far as I know, it's more or less fully waterproof. You have checked again in the listing, and they show a picture where they wash the whole thing here. Yeah, and it says body is waterproof, so I wouldn't try to rinse this thing here with the micro USB charging port. Yeah, we have actually, that's interesting, we have two different charging ports here. Let's find out here. That's an interesting thing. Yeah, we get some more attachments here underneath. There's some carrying bag, not like a, it would have been nice to get like a box or so. Here we have the charging thing. Yeah, that's proprietary charging port. And but that's interesting. Why do we have this micro USB port? Is that really micro USB, and can we use it for charge? Yes, I'm just going to try that here, micro USB. Let's see what happens when we plug in this here. And it says charging. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's already on 100%, but it says there is power in. I mean, we see this plug sign or plug icon here. Yeah, that's fantastic actually. So looks, we have two possibilities. So I don't know actually why we would need this thing here. This is the micro USB. It's so much better, so much more convenient, because we have these things everywhere. That's a huge plus here with the micro USB, and I hope it's waterproof. I mean, I'm not going to rinse this part here. I don't recommend to rinse this area, but if you want to rinse this area in the front, it should be good to go at least here. I mean, in the picture it really shows this area as well, but this is a little bit more sensitive. This area here is should definitely be no problem. What we can remove usually is this head. Of course, they are suggesting to remove this and rinse this. If you want to go fully safe, of course, you can just remove this head here and then wash it and then put it back. But it should be go to rinse the whole thing here. How easily can we put it back? To remove was really easy. To put it back, yeah, also not a problem. But we can smell the oil here. There's no oil included. I don't know. Yeah, if you want to put extra oil on the long term, we will have to buy the oil. Yeah, that happens a lot. Oh no, we have it here. Yeah, okay. I stopped complaining about that. That's really nice. In a lot of cases with these things, they are writing that they are delivering the oil. When you look at the picture and the description and everything, it says oil, but the oil is not here. I don't know why. It happens in about, I would say, 70-80% of the cases. When I review these things, they do not have the oil inside. It's just, it's a little bit low on oil here, but we still, I mean, we have to apply maybe every couple of months 1 drop or so. That should be okay. So we don't need a lot. It's still okay, probably for a couple of years. Yeah, by the way, yeah, we want to see how this works here as well. Of course, it shouldn't be too difficult here to attach this thing, and then we can use that here. So it has a little bit for something for longer hair. You can see that here. Also this thing here, that's probably meant to be for like body shaving. You cut the longer hair first on the side, and then you cut a little bit closer here. I'm really curious to see how this really works. I'm going to try that definitely. But I'm going to try that too. But I mean, we have so many combs, we have everything, we have this special head, we have the adjustment here, we have so many things, but still at the end there is nothing to create this stubble beard look, which I was actually looking and hoping for. I thought, yeah, maybe we can use that, but it looks for me, yeah, it's not going to work. So either we have to cut it really short, or we have to use this 3mm thing here. so nothing in between. Yeah, it's a shame why they don't have this. I don't understand. There are really only very few manufacturers providing this 1 mm length, but they are providing everything else but not the 1 mm. But I'm going to test this on my beard, on my body, on my head, on everywhere. The good thing is really that it's already fully charged. So this display here is really nice. I love this thing here. Looks pretty cool here when we have this display so deep inside. Some special thing here. Yeah, there are still a couple of things which I wanted to show you before I start the whole testing process on my end. I mean, I have found the instruction manual. Yeah, we have it here. So I'm going to show you, like always, the full manual, so you get as much information as possible to make better buy decision, or if you bought used or you lost the instructions. So I mean, here we have the model type. There is a lot of instruction. I mean, yeah, a lot, not extremely a lot. There's just a couple of pages, but it's maybe interesting regarding charging and cleaning. And there's a special lock function, which I'm going to show you here. But the cleaning, it says clearly here we can clean the product under running water. There are no restrictions meant here. On the other hand, they say, yeah, remove the tip, clean it with the brush and then maybe with water, and then let it fully dry before you insert it back in the device. It's a little bit weird. What they not describe here is if you can use that with having the cord in the device, like while charging. Some of the devices allow that to charge it while you're using it. So maybe if you want to use that, yeah, we are actually finished, I think. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, when the battery is empty and you want to use that, you can just plug in the cable and then use it. So here there's nothing written about that, so we have to be careful. Better don't do that. Regarding contact information, website or so, I haven't found anything here. There's nothing inside in the booklet or in the instructions, but yeah, I found this here. And it has the QR code. If you want to use that yourself, I hope it's focusing a little bit, you can use that, or you can use that here. I've already been scanning that, and here's the information, like a service team, there's an email, there's a WeChat, there's phone number. That's probably gonna be really helpful if you don't have anything apart from that. Okay, there's one thing regarding the length I didn't tell you, but I mean, it's normal. We have always these gaps here, like or it arranged, like it says 10 to 12 millimeter. Of course, this is like the 10 millimeter here is when you start with 0.5, and the 12 millimeter will then be when you are on the 2.5. Same thing here. So we have always 2 millimeters range, also 2 millimeter range here. So that means we have some gaps which we cannot fill, like from 18 millimeters to 22 millimeters, and from 12, I think, to 16. There's a gap which we cannot fill. And when we move the thing here, you can see on the side, there's this thing going up and down, and it will affect the cutting thing here. Of course, there will be then a gap here. But I have seen it doesn't affect like the shaving head. You can see there's nothing on the side here. There we have this white thing here. We don't have anything here, so it won't affect this shaving head here. When you have this thing on top here, you can do whatever you want. It won't have any effect here. It's not going to change, not going to do anything here. So I think I'm more or less now really done here with these things, and I'm going to use and going to show you after that how it worked. Yeah, so here we are after my testing, and there's a lot to say, definitely a lot, but unfortunately there is not much positive. There is rather a lot of negative. So I have started with this thing for my beard, and I tried to create some kind of stubble beard. Yeah, because this is really short, of course. I've been trying on the side, but really didn't work. It cut still too low. So I'm usually using 1 millimeter. I mean, I'm doing that with this thing. You can still buy this thing. The only thing is that the combs for the long hair, like there's a second comb here which goes up to 20 millimeters, and it tends to break pretty soon. But this thing here for the short hair, which goes down to 1 millimeter, as you can see here, it's just 1 millimeter. You can go up to 1 millimeter, and this is cutting really nicely. I can do like a wet shave with shaving foam and so on. Works really good. So I've been trying to do the same thing with this shaver here, but definitely didn't work. I tried here really on the side. Then I cut, I tried a little bit here, but of course, I cut everything down to almost zero. It's now flat like a baby butt, and all hair is gone. The thing is, I mean, I used it with shaving foam, and I had to go over the whole area 2 or 3 times. And I mean, I really had to clean it full, and then I had to reapply shaving foam, do it again and again and again, till I have been able to remove all the hair. After first time, just with this thing and shaving foam, it didn't remove all the hair. I mean, it cut it down a little bit, and in most area it cut it down fully, but in some areas it left quite a bit of it. I've then tried to use it dry without shaving foam, and it worked a little bit better. So if you want to use that without shaving foam, like just dry shaving, that would probably work much better for me. It has been working better, and cleaning works really good. So I let it run, I hold it under the water, and it has been cleaning out all the clippings easily. So that has been working, but definitely not for stubble beard. Yeah, it's not working. Yeah, but I've also tried here with this thing, just with 1 millimeter. You can do that here, put it on 1 millimeter, try with this thing here. The good thing here is it's not very sharp, so it's much better than with other shavers which I have tried directly on the skin. This is really good, so you can definitely use that, but it's not the same thing as using a comb here. When using directly, it's more aggressive, but it would work. It would definitely work better than with other ones. So this is one of the positive things. This is really nice. There's no way, I think, you cut yourself here with this thing here. It's not very aggressive, not very sharp. It's not going to hurt you much here with this thing, so that's good. And you also can attach this thing here more or less easily. It's one of the nicer things here. So usually, I mean, behind the camera it's always a little bit difficult, but usually it's pretty easy to attach and remove. But I've tried this for longer hair, I mean on top of my head, and it has been working somehow, but not really good, and I'm going to show you why. The thing is, here on the side, this is round. I don't know why they have decided to do that. When you compare this here, that's much different. So this is the one I'm using, and I like this, and it works really good. It's not fully waterproof, but this head is much better. I don't know why they have decided to do this thing. This is really silly, and it feels somehow uncomfortable. This is like a nice flat surface, you know, when it's lying flat on your head. Here, no way, you never really know where you are. So maybe you could get used to that, but for me it felt like unsafe, uncomfortable. I mean, it has been cutting. The really surprising thing is that it's really wide. It's even a little bit wider than this one here. I had the impression on the picture that this thing is really small. No, it's not small. It's really wide, actually. You could really use that for cutting long hair on top of your head, as long as you get used to this thing here. And I've also tried this for body grooming with of course this thing here. And yeah, it worked somehow. I mean, as long as you're just hitting your sensitive areas with this area here, yeah, it's nice, it's comfortable, it's smooth. Usually it's cutting everything away, but as soon as you hit something with this edge here, especially this thing here, yeah, it can hurt quite a bit. I can tell you, this is really uncomfortable in sensitive areas when you do full body shaving. Yeah, it's not the best thing, so I stopped pretty soon. Usually I've been using this thing here, that's Wilkinson's word, I think. The blades are chic blades as far as I know. Really nice thing here. Yes, the best thing which I've ever been using. It pulls this thing or to this side, I can't remember. Yeah, I'm using this since a couple of months. I've never been cutting myself, not a bit, not a single time, and it's cutting really low and nice and good. This is the way to go here. You can turn it on. You have a little bit of vibration, helps definitely. And this thing really works. I mean, it pulls this thing down. I can't show you that, but it's a really nice thing here for full body shave. Yeah, it's the best thing which you can have, I think. But here, yeah, definitely doesn't work. I mean, it didn't cut me really deep, no bleeding, but there were red spots, and it hurt when I turned on the shower and water came on these areas. It definitely hurt. So for me, actually didn't really work perfectly in any area. That's really disappointing here. Not a single thing. I mean, you can a little bit work around. I mean, it's cutting somehow, but just not clean. And here, when you want to for your body, it can cut you, and this is so round. And I mean, it looks like it's really waterproof. And it has been just using like 10% or 10 minutes, and which is I would say about the time which I've been using it. You can clean it easy, there's no hair left. I've been rinsing that under the water, everything. I mean, not the button here, I would definitely stay away from water with this area, but everything else has been covered with water, no problem so far. So I mean, it's cool to have this micro USB charging thing. This is phenomenal. This is really awesome. And one thing I almost forgot, we have this lock thing here, which is also really good. When we hold here for a longer time, it goes into a lock mode. That's really nice. And so if you have it like in a bag and it's getting pushed against, like during transportation, it doesn't turn on here. That's really cool. You have to hold for a longer time and then it will turn on again. This is really nice. I mean, it's somehow really an advanced device, but yeah, just everything a little bit lacking of a final trimming and finish and perfection. Yeah, where I would recommend maybe for hair, if you don't have any problems with this thing, design here, and you find the right length. For me, it's a little bit difficult. With 22, it's almost too long. With 18, it's almost too short. So there are a couple of gaps in between. So a lot of compromise here. And for me, I would rather recommend to stay away from this thing. This is some kind of nice experiment. I mean, I'm open-minded to new stuff, but this is just not going to work for me, and I'm staying with this thing for full body and this thing for stubble beard. And I'll put down all the links, I mean, also to this one. If you're still interested into that, I'll put down the link to this one, also to this one, which is really difficult to find on Amazon, but I have found it. It's still available. And to this thing as well, which are my favorite things. And for long hair, this is a nice one too. the YC919 for longer hair, yeah, your top hair and so on. Really nice. It has a really flat angle here, really good cutting, but not waterproof. So yeah, that's it for now. I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments, just write to the comment section below, and I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.